you guys doing? Leave a response so I know somebody's watching. Alright. What's a good metal song? Oh yeah, I only know 5. I'm glad you liked it, Jan. Which lesson are you talking to? I made a lot. So I'm practicing my metal gypsy jazz. Metal gypsy jazz, because we're doing a cruise, and a part of the reason they brought us on this metal cruise called Monsters of Rock is that we promised them that in addition to playing our fusion set, which has nothing to do with the bands on the cruise, like Queensryche and Extreme and the dudes from Def Leppard, so we have to do a cover set, gypsy jazz metal. So here's some Judas Priest for you. Wasting out of work and down, all inside it's so frustrating as I drift from town to town. Feels as though nobody cares if I live or die, so I might as well begin to put some action in my life. Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law. So much for that golden future, I can't even start. I've seen every promise broken, there's anger in my heart. You don't know what it's like, you don't have a clue. So myself doing the same thing too. Breaking the law, 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 breaking the law. Yeah, it's a big hit. It's a big hit playing gypsy jazz metal. As the first one ever, I just want to say that I'm the only authority on this style. It's a good time. Thanks, Jan. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do more of this. You guys hip to Foreigner? Of course you are. Everybody loves Foreigner, right? I honestly did not know who they were before I got sent the set list of these songs to learn. Also, I don't think you guys understand the challenge that is memorizing metal lyrics because they just don't make any fucking sense. Like they like just structurally, you know. Iron Maiden, like I love Iron Maiden, but all right, who gave Danny the black eye? His boyfriend. It was the guy from Village People, the biker, who was jealous that he stole his look, and you know. Not shy, you get around, you wanna fly, don't want your feet on the ground, you stay up, you won't come down, you wanna live, you wanna move to the sound, got fire in your veins, you're burning up, but you don't feel no pain, your desire is insane, you won't stop until you do it again. But sometimes I wonder, as I look in your eyes, maybe you're thinking of some other guy. But I know, yes I know, how to treat you right. That's why you call me in the middle of the night and say it's urgent, so urgent. It's urgent, as you can see how urgent our love can be. You're playing tricks on my mind, you're everywhere, but you're so hard to find. You're not warm or sentimental, you're so extreme. Yeah, you can be so temperamental, but I'm not looking for a love that'll last. I know what I need, and I need it fast. There's one thing in common that we both share, that's a need for each other anytime, anywhere. It's so urgent, so urgent, so urgent, urgent, urgent. If you can see how urgent our love can be. So urgent, as you can see how urgent our love can be. John Paul Jones, you have silly ideas. Sleepknot have some good structure to their lyrics. I never understood any, so I wouldn't know. I guess. Harry, Which metal bands do you like? Well, you know, I liked all of them when I was a kid. I was really like all in. And then I thought we'd never meet again, but then the screws happened and here we are. So how about some Iron Maiden? Huh? You guys like some Iron Maiden? Here, this is a song about imperialism. It goes like this. White man came across the sea, brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, killed our creed. He took our game for his own needs. We fought him hard, we fought him well. Out on the plains we gave him hell. But many came, too much to cree. Or will we ever be set free? Riding through dust bowls and barren waste, galloping hard on the plain, chasing the redskins back to their holes, beating them at their own game. Murder for pleasure, the slap in the back, stab in the back, children and women and cowards attack. The hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, run for your lives. Soldiers blue in the barren wastes, fighting and killing's the game, raping the women and wasting the men. The only good engines are tame, selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. Run to the hills, run for your lives, run to the hills, run for your super chat? Thank you. What if you combine gent and gypsy jazz? Genty jazz? Yeah, I don't know. I think we already gent, right? Gento Reinhardt. Now that is a fucking band name. That's amazing. I'm stealing that. Gento Reinhardt. It should be like Gento Reinhardt. Dude. I'm still the Harry. That's you will see this on the Monsters of Rock, on the Monsters of Rock roster. I'm telling them to change her name, Janta Rock Hard. That's so good. Janto Rock Hard. Oh my god, that's so perfect. Can somebody email me that so I don't forget it? Janto Rock Hard. Rock Hard. It's fucking awesome. Alright. How about some Judas Priest, huh? Everybody in the mood for some Judas, right? Alright. This one goes like this. Living after midnight, rocking till the dawn, living till the morning, then I'm gone, I'm gone. I hit the city about 1 a.m. Loaded, loaded. I'm all geared up to soar again. Loaded, loaded. I come alive in the neon light. That's when I make my move right. Living after midnight, rocking till the dawn, loving till the morning, then I'm gone, I'm gone. Got gleaming chrome, reflecting steel, loaded, loaded, ready to move on every deal. Loaded, loaded. My pulse is racing, hot to take. This motor's revved up, fit to break. Living after midnight, rocking till the dawn, loving till the morning, then I'm gone, I'm gone. Oh, I'm coming for ya. Oh, I'm gonna floor ya. Oh, my body's coming. All night long. The air's electric, sparking power, loaded, loaded. I'm getting harder by the hour, loaded, loaded. I set my sights and then home in. The joints start flying when I begin living after midnight, loving till the dawn, rocking till the morning, then I'm gone, I'm gone. Let's see. Yeah, this is good stuff, clearly. Painkiller. I love Painkiller. It's a great song. The death cover is fire. All right. How about some more classic Maiden? Wow. Brand new stroke, sorry. A song I don't know the lyrics yet because they're so stupid, they're so hard to remember. But just to give you a taste of what will one day be. One on our set list. I am a Viking. I'm going and I've got death upon my mind. As I was leaving, oh, yesterday, I have no fear in my heart. As the shores of my home disappear, I'll sail over the seas without fear. Dragon ships are riding on the waves. I want to sail away, far away, into the sea. Have I ever met Daniel? Yeah, I did. Yeah, well, I know Daniel well. We jammed Gypsy jazz a few times in Israel. But yeah, we went to Berkeley together. We know each other since we were kids. Yeah, he likes triads. I like him. He's a good guy. All right, let's see what else. Oh yeah. I have very limited repertoire at the moment. I'm just figuring this out, but I won't disappoint because it's a classic. A man who walks alone, and when I'm walking a dark road at night or strolling through the park, when the light begins to change, sometimes I feel a little strange, a little anxious when it's dark. Fear of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that someone's always near. Fear of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a phobia that someone's always there. Have you run your fingers down a wall? Have you heard your next thing fall when you turn for the light? Sometimes when you're too afraid to look at the corner of the room, 'cause you fear that someone's there. Fear of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that someone's always near. Of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a phobia that someone's always there. What's your favorite David Bowie song? I really like Cat People, but I like a lot of them. I like the whole album with Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's great. Favorite fusion from the 70s? I'm not really Gypsy Maiden. That's right, Timur. I'm not really a huge 70s guy. I'm more of a 80s, 90s fan from back in the day. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of great recorded fusion. That's the truth of it. But from the 70s, Weather Report stuff like Heavy Weather is obviously great. Yeah, the bebop and hard bop generation did not age gracefully into the whole fusion thing. So I don't really like the Sonny Stitt and Cannonball fusion stuff like that. Just like electric jazz type stuff. I really like the post Weather Report stuff. Okay, I'm out of metal songs, I think. It's a work in progress. I'm really working out my Warrant songs next. I have to do Cherry Pie. Such a dumb song. My fucking God. Full-blown retards wrote that. It's great. She's my cherry pie. One odd question. Have you ever... Let's see. I heard that when Warrant were in their light years... Oh, Harry, how did you hear that? I heard that same story. I heard the funniest story, because this Adrian Mongold, yeah, he's good. I heard that the drummer is like, my age, and he's a replacement drummer. And he was telling us this story that like the singer was they were playing at Sweetwater, and they started with Cherry Pie, like they played Cherry Pie. Everybody obviously went fucking ape shit, because they're so it's their biggest hit. And it's like 5 songs in, the guy's like just looking back there, what should we do next? Cherry Pie, we're doing Cherry Pie. And they're just like, what? It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, man. It's just like, all right, here we are again. It's so good. Frederick, are you trying to communicate with me in guitar players' names? Yeah, so it wasn't even like for an encore. It's just like they just didn't know they just did it. Right. How about some fucking standards? Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather, since my gal and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time, life is bare, gloom and misery everywhere, stormy weather. I just can't seem to get myself together. I'm weary all the time, Since she went away, the blues came in and they met me. Oh, if he stays away, that old rocking chair is gonna get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on, everything I had is gone, stormy weather. I just can't seem to get my life together. Keeps raining all the time, Oh, sun up in the sky, stormy weather, since my gal and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. That's our question. All right. Do you work on your singing, or does it develop naturally? Nothing about singing for me ever developed naturally. During COVID, I started taking some lessons. I stopped after COVID, but I've been singing for years and not getting better for a long time, and then getting somewhat better, and then started just playing. Like last couple of years, like we've just been playing a lot of jazz gigs, and one day I was just like, fuck it, I'm singing. I'm just doing it. And that seems to help. Have you ever heard of the obscure jazz song? No, I have not. Let's see. Do you prefer to play downstrokes only when the tempo allows? Why? Downstrokes in gypsy jazz have all the juice, all the sound. Upstrokes are just something you do when the tempo does not allow. So it's the default. Whenever you can play downstrokes, you just play downstrokes. So all the even though I can do that, I don't do that. So it's a tone thing. It's just getting that percussive attack. So as opposed to thinking about like everything in an economy sort of way, which is kind of like how alternate pickers think, just like the most efficient way, like we're building an electric car. It's not about that. It's just about getting the tone. And if you're not thinking that way, then you need to ask yourself some more profound questions about how you're listening to your favorite gypsy jazz players, because the main thing that they do is that they produce something from the guitar. They get a sound out from the way they're using their body, and most of that sound is just the rest strokes. That's a kind of sound to it. Like a big pillowy attack. And like there's a lot of the picks you use really change the shape of that attack. Like I go for like a pretty dull, maybe that's not the best word for it, but like rounded sound. It's a thick pick with a very beveled edge. But if I pick up like one with like a tip, it sounds like this. Like Jimmy Rosenberg, like very all like sharp, but still that's the same kind of same kind of stroke. I play really different when I play electric in a lot of ways. It's much less strict because I'm playing much lighter. With the problem if you're playing acoustic is that like if you try to apply what you're doing in electric to your acoustic playing, some notes are just not going to be audible. It's just your right hand, once you stop applying the amount of velocity, it's not pressure, right? It's like, you got to think about picking, like when you're picking electric, you can really just shake your right hand on the string, and it's going to produce, if you're gained up, just as much sound as playing real loud. The dynamic range is much narrower than it is on acoustic. And so you have more choice in the kind of motions you use. If you just try to play, let's say the way I would play alternate picking on one string on acoustic, it would sound like this. Right? So there's no sound. So you have to create an even sound, you have to find the amount of velocity you're going to use by rotating your forearm and using a bigger motion, but it's not pressure. It's pressure in the sense that if you measure it, you can measure it, like physically it's pressure, but it's not pushing with your muscles of the string. It's using momentum. It's using this rotation. It's a very loose motion, and then what happens from the weight of your palm is just that stop. Do you play Latin style guitars? No, I despise all things Latin. I'm kidding. But I like it. I just don't know anything about it musically. Have you ever heard the jazz song Autumn Leaves? I know Autumn Leaves. Yeah. Do you? Yeah. So I think that's all the questions. The fallen leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The fallen leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Do you like it? Oh, shit. There's an overlay on your screen kind of blocking your... Dude, I don't know how to get rid of that shit. I'm just going to have to deal with it, okay? No, I have to go to a computer to fix that. I noticed that I'm on my phone, unfortunately. Shapes are a part of guitar playing. You don't want to get rid of useful tools. You want to add tools to them and make your tools more sophisticated. I don't know. That sucks. Sounds awesome. I love the song. Thank you. Encore. Do you need a strong foundation of bebop to play contemporary fusion? No. I knew no bebop when I started playing fusion. No. You should play what you like. Can you give me some tips on improving timing? Yes. I think timing has to do with when you can't play in time, the most important thing to remember is that you can't play in time and that you're trying to get it together. The worst thing you can do is start becoming oblivious to it. So I understand you need to play, and you might not the first skill is playing with a metronome, but playing with a metronome is kind of like going on a run with a friend and not having him be in a different zip code, just keeping up, right? But keeping up has nothing to do with sounding good. So the first skill, if you don't have the ability to just stay with the metronome in the music, then there's nothing to talk about. You got to get that together. Okay? So if you can't do that, if the metronome goes somewhere else while you're playing, that's what you need to do, and it's really simple. Once you're at a place where the metronome doesn't go away, that's where people think they can play in time. But at that point, it's not so much like running with a person, it's like dancing with a person. And there's just there's a million ways to be a fucking horrific dancer. There's a million ways to look fugly and disgusting and gross. And what other embarrassing. It's an embarrassment to hear you play when your time sucks. It sucks. It's so bad. It's so obvious. Everybody can see. It's literally like, you go to a dance club and you see somebody just embarrassing the shit out of themselves, and the more oblivious they are, the funnier it is. Like, just making all sorts of fucking moves, like fat guy vibes, just like taking the shirt off. So remember that you suck through the whole process until you stop sucking. Because the moment that you start being oblivious and be like, no, it actually sounds good, and it doesn't, that's a slippery slope, my friends, right? That's where you become a fucking jackass. And it's very hard to get out, because psychologically, to get out of there, what about all those amazing nights I had? It's like, yeah, they all sucked, and everybody knew it, So really, really, really try to, while you're working on your accuracy and making things be graceful. That's what you're trying to do, graceful, right? You're able to stay with the click, but now how are you placing your notes with it, right? It's like dancing. How do you, first of all, find the tempo and then manage to decorate the time, decorate the space in a nice way, right? And playing the same thing again and again. Right? That felt one way. Right, that's it. Do you ever play bass? No, I have a life. Okay, lots of questions all of a sudden. For instance, I can sort of play most of the arpeggios in root position from the 6-5-4 string, but if you ask me what major 7 of E flat is, I'd struggle. The major 7 of any note is the note that's a half step below it. So it's D, right? Maybe find a trick way to think about it. 27 projects. Thanks, man. Thanks for playing. That was really good. You're welcome. Abba, Manishma. Can I just thank you for your lessons? Almost feels criminal to watch them for free. You don't have to watch them for free. We have a Patreon. So it is criminal. You are despicable for doing it. Getting really deep now. I feel attacked. You are attacked. If you felt attacked by what I said, you need to work on your time. You know, you gotta. It's So you gotta work on, it's not, it's like, if you like go to an NBA player game and like, and it's like, just leave it like, I can't dunk. It's like, well, fucking jump a lot. No, it's like I feel attacked. You're not attacked. It's hard. How to be more relaxed when playing and not tensing up. Being relaxed has to do with knowing that you can do it well. So until you feel like you can do something well, you shouldn't, why would your body be relaxed is the question. You know what I mean? Like, think about other things. You know what I mean? It's like a guy banging a girl. It's like, how do I not come? It's like, dude, like with that fucking mindset, you're gonna come. It's just like that. So you gotta chill out. You gotta work on it. You gotta do the things, play a lot, get comfortable, and the more comfortable you are, the less tense you're gonna be. Okay. Let's see. Really do like your voice. Have you ever played with a piano organ player? Sure, I play with a piano organ player. How do you approach playing diminished triads over dominant chords? Well, the Gypsy Jazz main substitution is getting a 7 flat 9 sound on a dominant chord. So if you have like G, what you want to be able to see is the 4 diminished, it's not triads, diminished 7 chords that come out of the harmonic minor scale that it resolves to. That sounds like a complicated way of thinking about it. First of all, I'll show you the dumbass way, like just how Gypsy Jazz players think is always the simplest. If you have G7, you think a half step up, diminished. So A flat diminished. And then you can use that in minor thirds. The problem is that you have to keep locating G's to do that, right? But you can think about other things, like a whole step down, diminished. You can think about a fifth up, diminished. You can think about you can think about a flat 7 up, diminished. So I think the first thing to do is just have some fingerings, maybe just like drop 2, which is this shape. If you can play that on all strings, that'll be a great start. So F diminished, same exact voicing starting on the A string, same exact voicing starting on the E string. So maybe just those 3, and then start seeing those as a G7, right? So if you do that, the best thing to do is work on where it has to go to. So this usually resolves to a C minor. So see it in the context of a resolution. Maybe some sort of C minor here, right? Take it up to the next inversion. A flat diminished, C minor. That's kind of a more sophisticated way of thinking about it. But just, if you want to, just to get up, first step would be just half step up from your dominant chord and just get into the sound. Maybe come up with some ways to play it across. There's so many fingerings for that. I use that one quite a bit. And then but always connected to where it's resolving. Right, that's it. That's the idea. La 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 la. Okay, you're welcome. Wow, lots of questions. Okay. What I like about Gypsy Jazz is that you can easily gypsify every song and play it solo just for yourself, and you don't need more, just a guitar and you. Yeah, that's a big selling point for me as well. Agreed. I once got a tip to play all the pieces you know in the same key for a whole month, and a month later to repeat that with a semitone higher. You have to force yourself not to deviate from that. I would say stop getting advice from crackheads. How can one develop to a level where you can improvise convincingly if you don't have anyone to play with? That's a tough one, but the question is who you're trying to convince, right? Solo players don't. Tommy Emmanuel didn't need to play with anybody to play his solo stuff. Playing by yourself is a different kind of skill. I mean, just work on playing songs in time. If you're trying to play like all alone, I mean, I don't feel like, maybe your general sense of time could be helped, but if I track like one of these songs I play with guitar with a metronome, it's actually going to feel really weird. It's like, I play in time, but I play with like the kind of time that a person plays alone plays with, which feels good, but isn't that kind of like tracking to the computer perfect MIDI time. I'm aware of that. Things get a little bit slower, a little bit faster, but it's in the context of what I'm doing, it sort of works. If I had to coordinate with other people, the time obviously needs to be much more stricter, and I'm capable of playing that way. What's new? How is the world treating you? We haven't met since then. Gee, but it's good to see you again. What's new? How did that romance come through? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. What's new? Probably I'm boring you, but seeing you is grand, and you were sweet to offer your hand. I understand, I do. Pardon me asking what's new. Of course you couldn't tell. I love you still. I haven't changed. What's new? How is the world treating you? Of course, you don't know. I love you still. I forgot that last lyric. Anyways. Okay. If you can develop... Oh, yeah, sorry about that one. I figure you were a guitar player first, but your vocals are great. Thank you. What was your approach to learning to sing? Jesus Christ. People are asking me about the vocals now. Whew. Yeah, I just sucked at it so bad for so long. And then I started realizing that just doing it is not like, I felt like the people you see in like playing basketball in your neighborhood, and they're there every day and like they're never going to the NBA, you know, because they just, they like the game, but they're not trying to get better. They're not working on moves. So I took a few lessons, started doing some exercises. I'll never be, realized what I'm not going to be. That was a big thing, but realize also within, it's like when your choice is between fantasy you and actual you, it's just easy to go into this like mind-numbing meditation of doing shit the same way. But I realized that like the pitch things and time things I could fix, and how to use the machine a little bit. Who is your favorite blues player? Stevie Ray Vaughan, hands down. Might even be my only one I like. Do you use sheet music for singing, or do you sing by ear mainly? I memorize everything. I never use sheet music for anything. We are a generation of illiterate motherfuckers musically. And, the only thing sadder than somebody who can't read is somebody who can't read who's reading. It's just pathetic. I don't get it. Like, I see professional musicians, I'm like, dude, you can barely get through like a children's music book. Why do you have a chart in front of you right now? This is not your process. It's not your game. You're an adult. You know what I mean? It's like people have the reading comprehension of a fucking toddler when it comes to music, and they put a sheet of music in front of themselves. It's like you are making, it's like, it literally, it's like going to like sub-Saharan Africa 500 years ago, and making people like cook from a recipe book. It's just fucking crazy. John F. is special. He gave us money, and that's how you get on the blackboard, okay? And you get to cover my face if you super chat Marvin. If you give us $5, this annoying message is going to haunt me, right? It's going to be right inside my eye. Man, my baby is sleeping a lot today. It's quite wonderful. Can you explain the theory behind Autumn Leaves, or are you bored of that song already? Well, that's the thing though. If you need it explained to you, you need to just study harmony, because it's so simple if you know the language of analyzing tunes, that it would be almost like intuitive. But I will do it for you. It's so if you play it in the key everybody plays, I just play it in the key I like to sing it, because my voice is a little low. But yeah, it's a 2-5. It's in B flat, and it's a 2-5-1-4-7. So up till then, it's all just chords coming out of the key of B flat. 2 minor, 5-7, 1 major 7, 4 major 7, 7 minor 7 flat 5, 5 of 6, and then it goes to the 6th chord. But on the 6th chord, you treat it as if it's melodic minor or Dorian. It's really in the melody, right? Really like G melodic minor. So scale-wise, I'm thinking C Dorian, F Mixolydian, B flat Ionian, E flat Lydian, A Locrian. It's all just the key of B flat. Then I have that D7. I either think D altered, which is E flat melodic minor, or I think like harmonic minor 5 below, which is G harmonic minor on the D7. And when I resolve to that G, it's either G melodic minor or G Dorian. The rest of the song is just different orders of those same changes. A Locrian, that D either altered or harmonic minor 5 below, that G Dorian. Then it goes C Dorian, F Mixolydian, B flat Ionian. Then again, that same 2-5-1, minor line cliche, so that's just G minor over F sharp over F over E. And then the last bit is just another like minor 2-5-1, and that's it. So let's see. Often the recommendation is to start with modal standards, but I just don't know what to play. That's a horrible recommendation. It's like doing what happened last first. It's the reason they tell you that is because they're like, okay, just like, fuck this guy. He knows, a D Dorian. Good luck. But, you're not going to have any luck. It's just going to sound like shit. So, you don't want to do it that way. You want to just learn standards, simple standards, St. James Infirmary. Things with changes, though, because you need to develop the skill of latching onto the form as opposed to just, like, jamming in the same way that you would in, like, a blues rock setting when you're, Hail Marying with a pentatonic. That's not a good idea. It's like honestly just bringing all of your bad habits from other styles of music into this one. You just don't need that baggage. Can you slow down the lick you just played? It's already gone. I'm sorry. I'm not sure which one you talked about. Often the recommendation is to... Oh yeah, I read that. At least something... Blue Bossa is a good one to start with. Yeah. Yeah, well, you don't... How do you improvise on giant steps? Well, if you just go through the changes and make them sound like themselves, you're improvising on giant steps. Giant steps is a very boxy song in the sense that like things are moving quickly. And, to really be inside those sounds, you gotta really just start thinking about being able to play 4 notes on each one of these chords, right? Eighth notes, da-da-da-do-da-da-da-do-da-da-da-da-da. So if you're not capable to think harmonically at that speed, you just slow it down. So there's one scale that works on all of giant steps too, but it's weird. If you want to just real like on the first half of giant steps, right? The part that's hard, which is the ones that have the chords that change on the Hef measure, right? It's like giant steps really is just that beginning of it is just 5 ones to these 3 keys, right? It starts in B, it's a 5-1 to G, a 5-1 to E flat, minor third. 6-note scale. That scale has 2 modes. The first mode fits on a major 7 sharp 5, and that's the mode starting on G, and the one starting on B flat fits on a dominant 7. It doesn't really fit though. If you look at the notes you're getting a 1, sharp 9, 3, right? And then you get a 5th, you get a flat 6, and a major 7. So it's a major 7, sharp 9, and a flat 6. So it's like a weird kind of major 7, very modern. That the 5, what you get on the 5 chord, if the chord on that thing was a D instead, it would give you a 1, flat 2, 3, 4, flat 6, and a 6. So that's bizarre. But the thing is, it has a 1 and a 5 in this key, a 1 and a 5 in this key, right? It works also, sorry, so it works in G, in B, and also in E flat and B flat, which is exactly those 3 keys that giant steps works through. So if you take like a lick that people play from that thing like this, that, just try it on all these roots. Here's the first root in giant steps. Second root. A little weird, right? Third root. Fourth root. And then it resolves here. So it gives you that sound of major 7, flat 6, sharp 9 on all the major ones, and that weird mix it in with a flat 2, 4, flat 6, and 6. That kind of, so people do play that like kind of mindlessly over all that, and the notes, you know, are staying inside a relative level of consonance if they're moving quickly. So, yeah. But yeah, the other option is just use like, you know, the stuff everybody. But I don't know, it's such a bad song, really. Do you like Bill Frisell's style? Yeah, you know, it's nice. It's kind of like, it makes you feel like, you know, you're listening to a Starbucks-friendly version of Hank Williams. You know, it's a way for. It's a nice way. You know, I feel like the libs really figured out a way to listen to some redneck music. Thoughts on the fourth chords? I like them. Very useful. You know. Yeah, for funk and all the jazz stuff that I do, they're sort of like bread and butter. A really good thing for with quartal harmony and fourth chords is that you want to map it out on 6 strings, right? That's the easiest way. Not that you ever really play it that way. It's not that, but that's sort of your bank, and then you can really just. Like if you don't have that, then it's like reading sheet music when you can't read a children's book. That's what I say. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't all this stuff just come intuitively to someone who develops an optimal awareness of the major scale? No, there are more scales to develop. So you need to have to play jazz. You have to at least have knowledge of major. Gonna get through. Just normal tunes if you don't know melodic minor and harmonic minor, because it's just in everything. But yeah, it doesn't become intuitive unless you practice it directly. It's just sounds you need to develop, right? It's in Beatles songs, it's in Radiohead, right? If you're that sound. So you can't play a pop tune without it, you know. Let's see. Like discovering the modes from a single major scale. What? Oh, screen froze. Sorry. Hey! Somebody gave another $5. Now you're on the screen. Nice. Yeah. Triggering those eureka moments. Yeah, you know, so it's you gotta just, the best way to go about knowing what to play over what is playing over things. So instead of trying to reverse engineer the process, meaning trying to be like, I'm going to learn all these modes and then understand all these songs, just take a bunch of songs and ask yourself, how do I play over this chord? play a progression, play every chord, and be like, what's the right sound in each moment of the song? There are, let's say, 13 chords in this song. That's a lot of chords for a song. It's like All of Me has that amount of chords. You know, you think each one of these is like has a mode that goes with it. Figure out what those modes are. So like, you know, if I take a look at Creep, right, in the key of E, for, you know, the people's key, I have E Ionian over the E major, which is just major scale, correct? Then on the G sharp 7, the second chord, it's C sharp harmonic minor, starting on the note G sharp, or relative to the note G sharp. So then it goes to A, and then you play that E major scale over the A, giving you a Lydian sound. And then it goes to A minor, and you play A melodic minor, or A Dorian. So it's 3 scales, right? E on 2 of the chords, that G sharp melodic, C sharp harmonic minor on the G sharp, and then that A melodic minor on the A minor. So just moving from one sound to the other. It's a time thing. You just got to keep the changes in time. E, C sharp harmonic minor, back to E on the A melodic minor. Get it? All right. See you guys next time.